Took about 2.5 years from the moment we started with the consultant. So we went through, we did, the first step with Seth Penchansky, who's our architect, and Anders Dahlgren, who was the consultant. We went through with them. And about 6 months into that, then we had a survey that we sent out to everybody within the community, tried to get as many responses as we could. And then we also did some community conversations where we invited people in to talk with us and tell us exactly what they were looking for from a modern library. A modern library is a community center. Really, it's like you're offering not just books and knowledge, but you're offering a meeting space. You're offering, spaces for people to work, a business incubator. You're offering things like the maker spaces that we're going to have. So that's going to be really key to offer more technology. Really, it's just becoming that third space within your community. It's not work, it's not home. It's that third space where people can come. It doesn't cost a dime. You walk through the door. You can spend as much time as you want. So really, it's we're kind of uniquely positioned to fulfill that need within the community. A lot of these things that we're adding, the maker space, the meeting rooms, things of that nature, are things that a lot of libraries around us are doing, but we're just kind of doing them on our scale. We actually have 2 maker spaces here in this building. We have a technology-based maker space, which is really going to focus on things like video and sound editing, 3D printing, laser engraving, programming. So you can kind of do pretty much anything technology-oriented in that space. So that'll be available. And then we also have what's more of a traditional maker space, which is going to have things like sewing machines and textile use. So you can go down there and you can quilt, or you can knit or sew, and then that gives people a chance to kind of experience different kinds of things they might want to do that they don't have necessarily the resources to get into. So they can look into getting into these kind of crafts and skills, and either use it for hobbies or entertainment, or eventually maybe want to turn it into a business. They can use it that way. So we're moving to a geothermal system, which is basically we're going to use the groundwater to heat and cool the building. So we have these giant wells that are underneath our parking lot now that go down about 440 feet, and they go into the bedrock of the city beneath us, using the ambient temperature of the ground, which is about 55 degrees. So they pump that water through the ground. It either absorbs the heat or disperses the heat through the water, comes up into our boilers inside, and then it uses that to either heat the air or cool the air. So when you're working with 55 degrees, you don't have to heat or cool as much, so it saves us a ton of energy. And we also set up the building to eventually have solar panels installed on the roof, which will hopefully get us to basically being electrical neutrality. Basically, we won't have to pay for electricity. It'll all be self-contained, and also, of course, that'll be green for the building. So we're really excited about that as well. So basically, our end goal is to become carbon and cost neutral. So we are about 4 months out from opening at this point in time. So we have, here we are at the middle of May. They're putting in the main staircase. That's going to be going in within the next couple of weeks here. The glass for all of the storefront offices, that kind of thing's going in. So starting on June 1st, they're going to be putting in the carpeting for the upstairs. So by the end of June, early July, we should have the total upstairs done, and then the downstairs should be done sometime in late August. So we're kind of about 2/3 of the way through the project now, and we're still looking at early September to be open. There's 2 places that when you grow up that are important to you. One is the church, because that belongs to God, and then there's the library, which belongs to people, and the library is the great equalizer. It kind of raises everybody up to that same standard, and so that's the way I've always looked at libraries. We kind of bring everybody up to that same level, and we offer services regardless of who you are. It doesn't matter to us. We want everybody to come in and use us. The teens, the adults, kids. We want everybody to come through this door and feel like this is something that belongs to them. So take ownership of our building and say, hey, this is where I belong. And so really get the most out of what we have to offer.